Most people thinks that speed in software comes from more tools, more frameworks and more automations. This is not complete in my opinion. The speed comes from clarity and designing a system using AI and human to deliver the outcomes deliberately, not randomly. Hi, myself Kaushal Khokar, founder and CEO of PyTech Solutions, and today I am going to share one of the amazing results that we achieved in last 1 month. And this is exactly the case study on that. So it is not just theory, it is the real experience of ourselves that we gain as building one of the fantastic pipeline which is based on AI and human in the loop. So which can turn your idea into working software in just 2 weeks. So we claim that we can deliver a feature in just a single day, right? So let me walk you through the entire case study. So before I share you the outcomes, I want to highlight the real problems we face as the software development, and those problems are well known. There are unclear requirements from the clients or maybe from the founder to the team. There are lots of endless back and forth during discovery process, dependency on individual experts, slow specification cycles, inconsistency in interpretation of domain logics. If domain logics is not clear, then everything will be spoiled. Unstructured UI decisions. There are no UI journey and flows are decided. Overscoped or underscoped the APIs. There are only functional requirements are taken into consider, but along with the functional, those are unfunctional requirements are there, but there is no clear scope of that. Unpredictable delivery time. There is no any prediction in the outcome. Lack of reusable knowledge assets, late surprises during development. So these are the real challenges we face as a software developers. So we have to create some automation on this thinking process. So this is not just to automate the coding, but it is to thinking framework that will guide our developer and team leaders too. We wanted to eliminate the guesswork, right? Instead of just replacing the developer. So basically we have created 7 phases of our entire development pipeline. So all of those phases have the AI and human working together. So AI has some intelligent instructions in order to work in that specific role or phase, and human has those instructions so that it can review those generated outcome assets. So first phase start with the project breakdown, which converts raw idea into structured problem statements. It has the features, descriptions, sequence of features to be developed and everything. Then requirement normalizers, which transforms rough thinking of specific feature into clean and implementable briefs. Then we have the domain model builder, which defines the entities, relationships, invariants and domain rules specific to a given feature. Then UI flows and screen planner. Again, this is also feature specific, which plans the user journey across the system. UI data contract mapper. In order to create those screens and pages, we need a data contract which is included in this phase. Then based on those data contract, we build APIs in detailed specifications. Then we have the DB spec builder. So this is how we destructured the entire development into 7 phases. So it will generate the artifacts, and those artifacts actually files needs to be converted into code, and this is where the next phase comes into picture, where we created rules. So for us it is rules. In order to name those rules, you can also say that as a sub agents or maybe skills or maybe something else which is fits into AI terminology, but for us it is just the rules. So those rules will turn those artifacts into consistent structured, clear naming, clean architecture, secure patterns and stable APIs and performance fits code. And this is how we create the working code eventually. And how this works internally. Basically, there is AI and one is human. Those both intelligent will work together. AI will reference those rules in order to generate the code, and human will reference those rules in order to review the AI generated code, right? And these are some solid outcomes we gain as a team. Basically, overall, three transformations we able to achieve. One is to idea to requirement, right? So this is the first phase. Whenever ideas or requirement comes from the client, we have to convert those ideas into structured documentation. So what is the impact? It brings clarity without repeated meeting. So this is the first challenge. Second, requirements to technical specifications. Once we have the requirement, it is also important to turn those requirements into proper technical specifications. So this was the one of the challenge that we solved. An impact of this is architecture building before coding. We built architecture before turning into the code, and then spec to real artifacts, working code, right? So we have rules and AI generation and then developer review, so that we can turn those requirements into clear working code and features as a code. So this is how our pipeline solves these three biggest challenges of development. Before and after comparison, if I do, then before there was context trapped in the head, now context encoded in the artifacts. Interpretation drift was there, single, now we have the single source of truth because we generate files. Unpredictable timelines was there, now we predict and we claim that we can deliver a one feature in a day, and that feature will have multiples, around 10, 15, 20 APIs. This is not a joke. Expert dependency was there, now we have the AI assisted rules across the company, so we can share that and our team becomes expert. Specifications and rework was there, now first time we have the right specifications. Style inconsistency was there, now we have the consistent style across the development. So these are some measurable business impacts we can observe and we can see in our work. Now we can say that we can build MVP in 7 to 14 working days. We can deliver a feature in one day. There is 70% reduction in clarification cycles, 60% faster time to specifications, 40% reduction in post-dev refactoring work, 80% consistency across services, and almost zero deviation from architecture pattern. Whatever we define in those as artifacts and those documents and those files, everything is structured accordingly. 3x faster development or developer onboarding. So our developers get the requirements and clarity which is 3x faster compared to previous work. So what this unlocks for us as a team, so AI as a co-pilot, we are not just chatting with the AI, we are generating real outcome with the AI. Internalized the system as a PyTech solutions, we internalize this entire pipeline. So each and every developers works accordingly, and repeated work are deliberately and delegated to AI, and we focus on bigger goals. So this is how overall our journey becomes smooth with clarity, consistency, speed, and also it maintains all the industry standards. And I'll be pushing more such informations and insights from technologies. Keep learning, keep growing, keep challenging yourself. Thank you very much.